Okay, the structure faces north. We're at the northeast corner. We're going counterclockwise. We've got a little shrinkage crack right in here. My class is pretty familiar with shrinkage cracks. So we got a little bit of cracking in our brickwork right here, though. A little vertical crack in the brickwork. Okay, I'm going to try not to forget putting that on there. I can tell that we've got a post-tension slab foundation, and again, it's a familiar client, a very strong foundation system. So our rain gutter, by the way, we'll just do this so I won't forget it. I'll go to the A. Don't forget the vertical crack in the brickwork on the northeast corner. That's around the corner by the downspout. The downspout on the northeast corner of the structure is clogged. Okay. Get a picture of that too. Look at all the ants coming out of there. There we go. Trees shouldn't be placed. No, we don't have that much yard. Trees should not be placed within 25 feet of a slab foundation because the roots will take the hydrostatic water from the hydrostatic pressure we need to hold the structure in place. The roots will win. They will move the rock. They will move the foundation. They will move the sidewalk. So there's that, and then the trees will damage your roof as well. So we're coming on along over here. We see that we've had some. Okay, we pulled a bush out. We've been doing some erosion control around here, and this isn't the only place. Okay, and we got where do termites live? In the ground. What do they eat? Dead wood. What's wood mulch? Dead wood on the ground next to your house. It's called a clue. Called a clue. We got some mortar repair over here. This is the primary bedroom, northeast corner, but we've also got some mortar separation, okay, right in here, and then along over here over the address plate, we've got some mortar separation, mortar separation, mortar separation. Moving on along. High soil right in here. Then we've got just a little bit of freeze board separation right here, and we do not have kick-out flashing here nor there. And a little bit of freeze board separation right there too. And our trees touching the roof right in here. Let's step on in. One thing I did when I stepped on in is none of our exterior receptacle outlets are GFCI protected. We have one on the patio at GFCI, probably controls the rest of them, but it doesn't work. And our threshold gasket's a little torn right underneath here. Just kind of peeking around. Hello. Okay. Trees too close, like I said. Wood mulch next to the house, like I said. No kick out flashing, no kick out flashing. Freeze movement, tree touching, like I said. Rain gutter should not discharge directly onto the roof covering. Okay. We'll roll on around because we're rollers. If a retaining wall is less than 4 feet high, it does not have to have, a building permit was not required. Maybe there was one, for the neighborhood development or something like that, but for whatever reasons, one was not required. Okay, and usually, I do not do surveys, but a retaining wall is the responsibility for whoever's property it's retaining. So this is most likely your neighbor's responsibility. I don't know that. Talk to your realtor. Then, okay, if a retaining wall is farther from a structure than twice its height, this retaining wall could fall down today. You could remove it, and it would have no immediate effect on your foundation. So I'm going to roll on around here because we're rollers. I got this thing here. What are you? It's kind of neat. Kind of a razor blade thing. Okay. That's a tetanus shot. Okay. All right, bud. Stay on focus. Okay. Round and around and around we go. Then we're coming all over here. Started finding some torn screens and stuff. Got little holes in our window. Okay, you think water can jump off in there? I do. Okay. Coming over here, there it is. There's one of our torn window screens. I found a couple fogging windows so far. Oh, there's a foundation crack right there. That's a little crack. I mean, that's not, you know, by itself, this doesn't mean anything. But if I find some more and more other cracks, that might mean something. Right over here, we're missing some mortar in our brick right in there. Check that out. How about that? We're missing some mortar in our bricks. And that's our method. That's how we do it. That's how we roll. Now over here, these are the stairs. This is the dining area, formal dining area. That's a breakfast area. Formal dining area, half bath vent fan. I just don't know what that fan goes to. And we're missing our hood. We're missing our louvers, okay? And I don't know, I do not know what that goes to. Now if we look up a little farther, there's the other window. It looks like a bathroom window or something. There's our stairs. Okay, it looks like a bathroom window. And we got a little bit of cracking on our ledge. And then our soldier bricks right up there. Right up in there, we got a little bit of cracking separation. The brick touching the house, that's conducive by design. Our plumbing is conducive by design. We're doing a wood destroying insect report. The mulch is not conducive by design. I'm going to call that conducive. The tree touching the house is not conducive by design. But the fence touching the house, I mean, when we want a fence, how are we going to keep the dog in? So it kind of is what it is. Just we want a bathroom, we want a kitchen. Those are conducive. Okay, we do not have, and this is the same thing with the front porch. I didn't mention this, but we do not have in-use covers. In-use covers, so you can plug something in, close the little bubble cover, and then your Christmas lights could go on in the storm and the snow and all that stuff if we ever. But anyway, that's what an in-use cover is. We do not have them on any of these. We do not have GFCI at any of these, even though we have a patio one that has an in-use cover, by the way, I think, if I remember correctly. And but that GFCI does not work. We're coming on over here. We've got a little bit of cracking underneath here, right in there, just a little bit. And a little bit of separation over here by our soldier bricks. Okay. Man, you get awful picky, bud. Yeah, I am. But it's just, I'm just looking at the house, man. I'm just letting the house present itself. Let the house speak to us. We're moving on along. Got some water back here? Probably. I see the hose and stuff. Yeah, we do. Alright. Looks like I got a little bit of hail damage there. Columns. Moving on in. We got freeze board separation right up in there. And freeze board separation right there. And a wasp nest. And there's what I call an in-use cover. And it has a GFCI device in it, and the GFCI device does not work. And then our back door is weathered. You can kind of see how it's kind of weathered right in there, and then it's kind of like coming up on these finger joints. And you know, it's showing signs of its age. We got some cracking and peeling paint right in there. Okay, yeah, we do. Then, this is the electric cable to our power gate. Power gates are beyond the scope of this inspection. I don't inspect those things. But we got one. This is the power to it. And our conduit is torn up. You think water can get in your electrical system there? I do. I think that needs to be, it's time to be replaced. Time to be replaced. This happens, you know. It's time for me to be replaced. I'm not that young, man. Okay. Our chain is loose. Our chain is rusty. Let's come over here and kind of get a better look at it. We're missing a luminaire over here off the garage. And then our garage casement, you know, showing signs of its age. We got a little bit of separation over here, so it's been all caulked up and sealed right in here. So obviously we've had some movement, and we can see that also in our freeze board separations right in there, Okay. Moving on along, gates, and that's touching the house. That has to do with the wood destroying insect report. But anything else about the gate, well, that's kind of beyond what we're doing, man. But we're missing a couple of our caps. See that? We got a cap here. We don't have a cap there. We're missing two caps. And then so where does the water go? It goes down in the pipe. And then it sits down in the pipe, and then it corrodes the pipe at its base. That's why we have the caps. So this is how the gas enters our house. Our meter, if I can get that gate open, I'll go out and get a better look at it. But our meter is inside that little dog house, dollars to donuts, that little cutout right there on the fence. That's probably where our meter is. This is where the gas enters the house. But if you have an emergency, a gas emergency, you're going to have to go out that gate to the meter and turn it off, because we do not have a main disconnect valve here. And these paving stones are not dimensionally uniform. They could be trip hazards. Again, don't inspect paving stones, but you know, I just can't keep my mouth shut. And then look at the bottom rail on the cement. So it's all bowed out and loose and stuff. Yeah, it's kind of messed up, man. Okay. These are for our water heaters. Here's our temperature pressure relief valves, and then our safety pans. They're commingled. Safety pan is supposed to be between 6 and 24 inches from the ground, so that's fine. But the pressure relief valves, they come out at 200 degrees and 200 pounds of pressure, just blasting hot steam. Okay, they're supposed to be closer to the ground, so you don't fry your little dog when he's running by, or you don't, you know, boil a cat or a kid, you know, for that matter. So these pipes for the water heaters, they're supposed to discharge between 6 and 3 inches in the ground. And I think they took the 3-inch rule out. I think you can get even closer now, but I like the 3-inch rule. So we got a whole different video for our condensing units. We got a video for these. And I'm going to go ahead and get this taken care of. This is our electric meter. I like to give you a picture of it so you know exactly how much amperage is coming to your meter, or how much your meter is prepared to deliver. But anyway, I get better information off the meter than I get off the electric load center cabinet, but the meter's covered with rust. And I swear to God, that freaking landscaper follows me from house to house. I can't inspect the house without him. He is here everywhere, I swear. Okay, so some of our louvers are broken right up here, and that's our overflow drains for our evaporator coils. So our air conditioner evaporator coil is dropping rusty water down. It's over a window so you can look out and see, but they've been ignoring it. They looked out